I thought love was just something idiots thought they felt, but this woman has a hold on my heart that I could not break if I wanted to. And there have been times that I wanted to. It has been overwhelming and humbling and even painful at times. But I could not stop loving her any more than I could stop breathing. I am hopelessly, irretrievably in love with her. More than she knows.
But love is passion. Obsession. Someone you can't live without. I say, fall head over heels. Find someone you can love like crazy and who'll love you the same way back. How do you find him? Well, you forget your head and you listen to your heart. To make the journey and not fall deeply in love, well, you haven't lived a life at all. But you have to try, because if you haven't tried, you haven't lived.
I know you've probably suspected this, but over the last month, I've fallen completely in love with you. Now, obviously this was going to happen, because you're a goddess with that face and that hair. But even if you didn't have the nice face, and even if you had absolutely no hair, because of some bizarre medical reason, I'd still adore you. And I just wondered whether by any chance you might share my feelings.
You ever ask a man how he's doing and he says, I'm alright. I'm here to tell you, that man is not alright. That man is battling demons that you cannot even possibly imagine. That man is struggling every single day to find a reason to keep going. And the reason we say we're all right is because as a man, nobody really fucking cares what you're going through. So why even bother to say it? But you know what? I feel you, brother. Because, I'm alright too.
I love you because you make no apologies about being exactly who you are. Beautiful, smart, sexy as hell.
Now you're embarrassing me.
That's another reason. You're completely unaware of your effect on me. You're also completely unaware that you laugh like a 4-year-old. Just like that.
I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover.
I don't know, no, because if you're a lover, you gotta be a fighter.
How so?
Because if you don't fight for your love, what kind of love do you have? No, I'm kidding.
For a couple to maintain their relationship without it deteriorating, they have to spend 90 minutes a week together talking about their lives, about how the house is run, about what they've all been doing to keep their stories caught up, right? And then they need to spend at least one time having a date, and 2 is better. 1 is necessary, 2 is better. That's sort of your minimal commitment level if you don't want things to deteriorate.
I don't think it's about whether someone's right for you. It's whether you both want to make it right. Like, there is no perfect person, there is no perfect partner. There's only the person that wants to make it work with you and the person you want to make it work with. And if someone doesn't want to make it work with you, it doesn't matter how perfect you think they are, it's not gonna work.
All you need is one person in your life who says, you got this, I believe in you, and you will find courage and energy to do things that you would not have had before. But more importantly, that person needs to also say, and if everything goes wrong, I will be there for you, and I will be there with you, and I will be in the mud with you, and has the ability to say, something's wrong, I'm worried about you. And I think burnout happens when you're attempting to do all of the things you see other people do and not realize that they have deep, meaningful relationships that you can't see. And you think, falsely, that you have to do it alone. And that's when burnout happens, because you don't, as an individual, have the energy. But in community and in relationship and in friendship, it's remarkable, including knowing when to just take a little break to recharge.
Your life isn't margaritas on a beach in Jamaica. That happens now and then. Those are exceptions. Your life is how your wife greets you at the door when you come home every day, because that's like 10 minutes a day. Your life is how you treat each other over the breakfast table, because that's an hour and a half or an hour every single day. You get those mundane things right, those things you do every day. You concentrate on them and you make them pristine. It's like you got 80% of your life put together. These little things that are right in front of us, they're not little. That's the first thing. They are not little, and they're hard to set right. And if you set them right, it has a rippling effect, and fast too, way faster than people think.
Love is a choice. When I decide to love somebody and be with them and respect them and be loyal, it means that no matter how fluctuated my feelings are or what I'm going through, that I stand with that choice I make and I stick to my ground because it's a choice. I understand that that person is exactly what I need, and therefore I don't depend on my feelings or emotions. I'm depending on the choice I make. Feelings go up and down, and you cannot take decisions based on your emotions. But sadly nowadays, people are loving based on their feelings and how they feel and their mood and all that. But love is just a choice. And the choices you make are a reflection of who you are as a person.
I want to marry you because you're the first person that I want to look at when I wake up in the morning, and the only one I want to kiss goodnight. Because the first time that I saw these hands, I couldn't imagine not being able to hold them. But mainly, when you love someone as much as I love you, getting married is the only thing left to do.
How do I find the right person when I'm dating? Something wrong with that question. How about, how do I conduct myself so that I am the best possible partner? And if you're really good at bringing something to the table for someone else, hey man, people might be lining up to be your partner. And if they're not, then you might think, well, maybe I'm just not bringing the right thing to the table. And that's worth thinking, especially if you're desperate, you're lost and you're alone. It's like, maybe I got this wrong.
If the person you're with is someone you respect, has a great heart, don't ever leave them. As good a heart that you will ever find, because you won't find anyone better. So even if you have an argument or you have a fight, even years, that can be tough. Stick it out, work at it.
I think that moral fiber is about finding that one thing you really care about. That one special thing that means more to you than anything else in the world. And when you find her, you fight for her. You risk it all. You put her in front of everything. Your future, your life, all of it. And maybe the stuff you do to help her isn't so clean. You know what? It doesn't matter. Because in your heart, you know that the juice is worth the squeeze.
Who in your life is giving you consistent investment? Who in your life is consistently showing up? And I always say, don't invest in someone based on how much you like them. Invest in them based on how much they invest in you.
I have never cared about anybody or anything in my entire life. And the thing is, everybody just kind of accepted that. Like, that's just Jamie. And then you. You didn't see me that way. I have never known anyone who actually believed that I was enough until I met you. And then you made me believe it too. So, unfortunately, I need you.
If you love somebody, set them free. They really love you, they'll come back.
Look, if you reject him now, he's gonna make it his life's mission to go out there and meet the most perfect, beautiful girl in the world just to try and get over you. He'll end up marrying this other woman and spending the rest of his life with her. And, you know, he'll tell himself that she's perfect. He really must be happy. She won't be.
I love you. But when you love someone, you work it out. You don't just throw it away. You have to be careful with it. You might never get it again.
Call me whatever you want. Call me Will. You can call me Joe. You call me that fucking liar. Call me in the middle of the night. Call me happy, sad, for favors, for sex, for a laugh, a cry. Don't ever stop calling me I have never loved anyone like this before.
What is a good way to end the fight?
I don't think at this moment I'm doing justice to this conversation. I'm gonna go cool off and we'll come back. Because otherwise I'm gonna regret what I'm gonna say, and I don't wanna do that. And then you need to not follow me around the house. You need to let me go and trust that I will come back. The person who leaves has the right to go, but they have to be the one to come back. Two, you know what? Apology is really important. When I did this yesterday, I was out of line. I was angry, I wanted to shoot, I wanted to hurt, I felt attacked, and I really regret this, and I'm really sorry. That goes a long way too.
You are a real pain in the ass.
So are you.
Excuse me?
Hannah, you don't do dishes until they mold. You eat French fries in bed, cold. You don't gas up the car until it starts beeping. You won't admit that we're meant to spend the rest of our lives together. You send food back if the waiter breathes on it funny.
What did you say?
I never want to spend another day without you. Ever. For the rest of my life.
Like I said, you're a real pain in the ass.
True love, the kind that you fight for, that you always put first, that makes you want to be good and do better. And not just with any girl, but the girl. And when I find that, that's all I need.
Relationships are not 50-50. They're 100-100. That's how you have the ideal functional relationship. You got to be 100% of what you're supposed to be, and then she has to be 100% of what she's supposed to be.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I will offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear, and there's no one there to dry your tears, I will hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, I'd go crawling down the avenue. There is nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me, yeah. And I'm gonna make you happy, make your dreams come true. There is nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love, to make you feel to make you feel my love.